Do you want to make memories in Utah that will last a lifetime? Are you planning a trip or a vacation to Utah and you want to make sure that you hit all the right spots? You're going to want to watch this video. We spent the last 4 months traveling in Utah, and we've got some great pointers for you and some great locations to go to. I'm Gordon.
And I'm Alice.
And we're roaming with the Ramseys. If you're new to our channel, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and ring that little notification bell. That way you get notified every time we upload new content. Arches National Park. You can't talk about Utah without talking about Arches National Park.
So Arches was one of the first national parks that we visited in Utah. What a fabulous place. There's so many things to see, whether you can go hiking or just on the road driving through Arches. There's so many different rock formations and not just arches.
It's a great place, so make sure that if you're planning a trip to Utah, that it's on your list.
Our favorite one was the Navajo Arch.
While you're in Arches, you need to make sure to make a little bit of time for Canyonlands National Park as well.
They're only 30 miles apart from each other, so
right.
There's no excuse.
No reason not to go. Now, Canyonlands, some people say, rivals the views of the Grand Canyon, and having been there, I think I might agree with that because it's just amazing. And the one thing that you absolutely can't miss is Mesa Arch.
Right.
Mesa Arch for a sunrise is just phenomenal.
So the way that we kind of put it to each other is the difference between Arches and Canyonland. Arches, everything is up. Canyonland, everything is down in the valleys.
Again, when you're in the Arches and Canyonlands area, don't miss out on Scenic Byway 128. That goes from Moab, out of Moab, Utah, along the Colorado River. Is an amazing drive with beautiful views. And if you want to boondock or camp on BLM land, there's plenty of BLM campgrounds along that area. So we've included a link to our video here for Scenic Byway 128 that discusses a lot of those things and some really cool places to visit when you take that trip.
Right. And my favorite part was having lunch in the Colorado River.
Yes, it was pretty cool.
And on. So after leaving the Moab area, we went down to the south part of Utah and we visited Zion National Park and that area there.
Wow, what an amazing place. Zion, home to one of the scariest and some say deadliest hikes in the United States, Angel's Landing. That was a challenge that we loved.
I wasn't scared.
I didn't think I was too scared either, but I can certainly understand if you had a fear of heights, why you would be afraid hiking that trail.
Everyone must at least try it. It's great.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the views from up there, phenomenal. And even looking at Angel's Landing from the canyon below, it's just amazing. All right, so we're at about halfway through the list now. So now would be a great time for you to go ahead and give us a like, subscribe if you haven't yet, and maybe leave us even a one-word comment, awesome, or something like that, so we know that you've been appreciating this part of the video. So now let's get back to the list with Bryce National Park.
Yes. Bryce is very unique. We really enjoyed that, and we enjoyed it even more after it had snowed. So we went back several times, before snow, after snow, and the snow was fabulous in Bryce.
One of the coolest things, we had an opportunity to see something very rare in Bryce, which is seeing the elk herd that is in Bryce. Not very often do people get the opportunity to see them.
And we didn't know it was rare until after the fact, but we enjoyed it just the same.
It was just awesome.
So the wave. The wave was absolutely amazing, but you need to go and watch our video that we did on the wave, because trying to get the permit, there's a lot of details that you need to know in order to do that. If you do get the permit, which they allow 20 people per day to go to the wave hike, and it is absolutely fabulous, and you should at least attempt to get that permit to do it.
The toadstools. Pretty impressive, in all honesty. It's just a small hike off the side of the road between Page, Arizona and Kanab, Utah, but it's a great hike and it's wonderful for kids because there's so many cool features for kids to explore, and it's not a challenging hike at all. It's a great little way to spend a couple of hours. If you're in Kanab, Utah, you drive out, it takes you about 45 minutes to get there, and then you can take 1 or 2 hours to just enjoy the hike And so it'd be a good way to spend a morning or an afternoon.
We did this hike 3 times just because it was simple, something to do for a couple of hours, and enjoyed it every time. So Wire Pass Buckskin Gulch. That is a great second option if you do not get the wave permit to go and do. It's located in the same area, down the same bumpy road.
Same bumpy road.
But it's fabulous. It's a great day.
And it's a slot canyon, so if you've never hiked slot canyons, it's a good one to start. The colors in the slot canyons are amazing. There's also some petroglyphs on the wall when you get to a big open area, so you get an opportunity to see petroglyphs. You got to make sure you're maybe in decent shape. It's not a real challenging hike, but on the Wire Pass hike, there is about an 8-foot ladder that you have to go down as part of the trail. We'll make sure to put a link for the video right here, so you can click on that and check that video out as well.
So the nice thing about this trail is you can take your dog with you.
Absolutely.
So it's dog friendly.
But be ready to carry the dog down that ladder. All right, it's time for the bonus round.
Yay!
Because I actually am going to put in a couple more that are not in Utah, but are so close that if you're in Kanab, you need to go see. Horseshoe Bend is the first one, right? So Horseshoe Bend is that iconic photo we've all seen. And it's a $10 parking fee. And the walk is really easy. It's pet friendly, kid friendly, but make sure you keep a close eye on your kids because there's only part of that area that has a guardrail. The rest of it's just a cliff straight down to the water, which is like a 1,000-foot drop. And the landing's not good. And the second one that's not in Utah, Lake Powell and Lone Rock, which is part of Lake Powell. Now, Lake Powell has more than 2,000 miles of shoreline. It's huge. It's the second largest man-made lake in the United States. If you don't know anything about it, trust me, you're going to want to do some research on Lake Powell because it's beautiful. And Lone Rock, if you're camping in an RV, a tent, or whatever, Lone Rock offers some fabulous boondocking locations right down on the beach with some great views. Now, plan ahead because there's about 3 million people a year that visit Lake Powell. So it's a very busy place, but there's a lot there.
Yes.
The RV parks that they have, the campgrounds inside are huge, and there's a lot of sites. So make sure you check them out too. All right, so we've talked about 8 places in Utah and a couple just outside of Utah. So here's a real tip for you, depending on time. Break it down north and south. So if you want to hit the south, you can get several of these locations in the south all in a week. You could hit Zion, Bryce, Lake Powell, Horseshoe Bend, Toadstools. You can even get,
and so much more.
You can even get over to Grand Canyon North Rim, and all of those locations are within an hour-and-a-half drive of Kanab, Utah. So if you want to do a northern area, you're going to want to make sure that you get to Arches National Park, Canyonlands National Park. You're going to want to hit that Route 128 bypass.
Yep.
And there's also the Dead Horse
State Park,
which is just outside of Canyonlands.
Yes.
So you can hit both of those in the same day. Hey, I just want to say thanks so much for watching our video. And a way for you to say thanks to us is to hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button and ring that little notification bell so you'll get notified every time we put new content out.
Because you don't want to miss anything. You never know where we're going to end up next.
I think it's Joshua Tree.
I think you're right.